Well, if you're joining us this afternoon, that means you've already made it through halfway of the day. I'm Jurnee Taylor. Thank you for watching. Let's see what the second half of the day will bring. We have Chief Meteorologist Tom Brennan here with us. And listen, Chief, it is March Madness, but I'm not mad at all about these temperatures.
Well, I don't think anybody's going to be mad about the temperatures. Jurnee, it's beautiful outside. Temperatures are going to be back up close to 70 this afternoon. We're at 63 here in downtown Little Rock. Not much in the way of cloud cover at all. We did have some clouds, though, that kind of helped us out. Held those temperatures up early this morning, so there were some places that didn't drop down to the frost point, thankfully. Let's hope that your plants and flowers survived yet another night. I think we can do away with frost advisories for a little while. We're not going to see those numbers quite as cold at night over the coming days. 50s and 60s this afternoon will turn into about 67 here in Little Rock. I wouldn't be surprised if we made it to 68 or 69. Lots of sunshine. Warmer temperatures, and it gets even warmer from here as we approach the weekend. Got the Easter weekend forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Jurnee.
All right, thank you. A new documentary centered on life inside the Pulaski County Jail is bringing quite the buzz. Now it seems local officials are demanding answers.
That's why this sheriff is willing to risk it all.
A risky move from the sheriff led to the Pulaski County Quorum Court passing an ordinance forcing him to answer questions about the film. Court members say they had no idea this was even happening until they saw the trailer.
I believe in criminal justice reform, but that could have been done. He could have done everything that he did without turning our jail into a reality TV show.
The sheriff has only 5 days to answer 40 questions about the documentary. That includes any contracts and agreements that may have been signed. The sheriff has chosen not to comment on the issue. Officials also getting some answers behind Governor Sanders' 19,000 lectern purchase. Auditors say the investigation into the big purchase is complete. That information, though, not being released to the public just yet. The head of the state's legislative auditors say that he's waiting for a response from the governor's office. But he adds those findings could be released in the coming weeks. Local and state officials are hoping to get to the root of things at a troubled apartment complex in Jacksonville. Wingate Apartments has fell subject to multiple code violations. The city of Jacksonville and even the Attorney General's office seeking answers from the apartment's New York-based parent company.
Multiple factors, at play here, and so we're wading through it, trying to figure out what's the best way. How can we go about taking care of our people?
The Attorney General's office says they're asking the court to force the owners to cooperate as those legal proceedings play out. City officials continue to push for enforcement. Crime-fighting efforts will be on display today during the first ever meeting of the Black Mayors Coalition on Crime. Little Rock Mayor Frank Scott Jr. will join the likes of over 20 other mayors in Memphis, all with a similar goal in mind, and that's fighting crime by collaborating on different programs aimed at doing just that. They're hoping to also serve as a unified voice for their individual communities. Tragic news confirming the death of former Senator and Vice Presidential nominee Joe Lieberman. Reports point to complications over a fall as the leading cause of his death. Lieberman spent 24 years serving the U.S. Senate. He nearly made it to the White House in 2002, making history as the first Jewish nominee for VP. Lieberman was 82 years old at the time of his death. Day 3 of the investigation into a collapsed bridge in Baltimore. More details being made available as Maryland remains in the spotlight. Natalie Brand shares what investigators are finding out.
Federal investigators got an up-close view of the twisted mess of metal and concrete blocking one of America's busiest ports.
Just looking at what was a bridge span, 3 bridge spans, that is pretty much gone. Just utter devastation.
The NTSB team boarded the ship Wednesday to begin interviewing crew members and recover the ship's voyage data recorder as they try to figure out why the cargo ship Dolly struck Baltimore's Francis Scott Key Bridge, causing it to collapse.
It's a massive undertaking for an investigation.
The NTSB said the dolly held 56 containers of hazardous material. That's more than 760 tons. Some of those containers were sheared open, leaving a sheen on the water.
There is no threat to the public from the hazardous materials on board.
The Port of Baltimore, which is the nation's top hub for vehicles, remains closed, impacting thousands of workers. Divers have recovered the bodies of 2 of the 6 highway workers presumed to have died after the bridge collapsed. Search teams say there's no way to reach the others until some of the wreckage is removed. Maryland State Police identified the men found as 35-year-old Alejandro Hernandez Fuentes, originally from Mexico, and 26-year-old Dorlian Castillo Cabrera from Guatemala. Among the missing, Minor Yasser Suazo Sandoval, who leaves behind a teenage son and 5-year-old daughter.
Eso fue un golpe duro para toda la familia.
His eldest brother said their family is in tremendous agony. The Navy is sending barges with cranes to help clear the scene, and the Army Corps of Engineers and Coast Guard also have more resources on the way. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Baltimore.
Former President Donald Trump finding himself in more trouble, this time with another gag order coming down from the federal judge overseeing Trump's alleged hush money trial. That ruling coming behind Trump's actions at the judge's daughter on social media, ordering Trump to refrain from public comments against witnesses, jurors, court staff, and even employees. That order, however, does not keep him from criticizing the presiding judge or DA Alvin Bragg. Bringing resources to health-related businesses to help push them forward. It's the reason UAMS and schools like Philander Smith College and Philander Smith University, and UAPB are joining forces. The Arkansas Collaborative for Technological and Innovative Venture Equality, or ACTIVE for short, aims to provide training, financial access, and networking opportunities to start up health businesses. Program organizers say they hope to assist healthcare entrepreneurs with making a lasting impact on the state.
We really have, I view it as 2 main goals. We've got the economic side of things. We want to help these business owners, these disadvantaged individuals, become thriving, successful business owners, which will in turn help the economy in the state of Arkansas.
Participating businesses will also be put through a 10-week boot camp with the Venture Center. Meanwhile, employees at a Starbucks in Little Rock will become the second in the state to unionize. Those working at the North Rodney Parham location voted 12-2 in favor of joining the labor union. This comes after an announcement last month which says it reached an agreement with Starbucks to begin discussions over bargaining deals. And as for your favorite discount stores, you should enjoy them while you can, because places like Family Dollar will begin to phase out some locations in the next few years. 600 Family Dollar stores will soon close across the country, leaving plenty of folks concerned with the impact this may have.
It could create a food desert. It could create a retail location desert.
It's a big problem. All 75 counties in Arkansas have food deserts.
With food deserts becoming a growing problem, people like Kathy Webb are working on a plan to combat the crisis. The big leagues getting started today. When we get back, a look into the almost 30 teams pitching their way into the season.
Well, it is a beautiful afternoon, lots of sunshine and blue skies. Maybe you're going to go down to Oaklawn Park for racing this afternoon. Certainly wouldn't blame you. Here are the numbers across the board. We'll see upper 60s down in Hot Springs. Back with even warmer temperatures as we look forward into your weekend.